Hello students, I'm glad to be here with you all today. Have you heard of Antarctica? Do you want to know more about it? So, let us start our journey to an isolated continent far away from us. With this slide presentation, you are going to know about Antarctica's location, physical features, climate, vegetation, and various other characteristics.
The term Antarctic refers to the opposite of the Arctic Circle. It is the southernmost continent in the world, lying within the Antarctic Circle surrounding the South Pole. Various attempts were made to reach Antarctica. In 1773, James Cook was able to reach the nearby lands along the Antarctic Circle. In 1892, Captain Larsen discovered the fossils in Antarctica. Finally, Roald Amundsen, a Norwegian explorer, reached South Pole in 1911. After the discovery, the Antarctic Treaty was signed in 1959 by 12 countries, which came into force in 1961. It was later on joined by 48 more countries. India joined the treaty in 1983. According to the Antarctic Treaty, it prohibits military activities, mining activities, nuclear explosions, but it encourages and supports scientific research work. As you can see, this is the location of Antarctica. Being the southernmost continent, Antarctica is surrounded by the Southern Ocean, which is the southern extension of Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian Ocean. It is the fifth largest continent after Asia, Africa, North America, and South America. The Weddell and Ross Seas deeply penetrate the continent from opposite directions, dividing it into Eastern or Greater Antarctica and Western or Lesser Antarctica. Antarctica is known as the White Continent, as 98% of the continent is covered with ice of 1.6 km of thickness, making the subsoil as permanently frozen, known as permafrost. The continent has about 90% of the world's ice and about 70% of the world's fresh water. Here you can see the physical map of Antarctica, showing the physical features like along the coasts there are floating ice shelves but no coastal plains. Then the second one, which is very prominent on the map, Trans-Antarctic Mountains, that has been highlighted and that divides the continent into two parts, East Antarctica and West Antarctica. Kirkpatrick, the highest point in eastern part, is on this mountain range. Mount Sidley is the highest volcano here. Queen Maud Land and South Pole Plateau are the two plateaus located here. Lake Vostok is the largest lake amongst the 70 freshwater lakes that has been recently discovered. Here you can see two pictures. The top one is showing Mount Vinson Massif. It is the highest peak of Antarctica, and the second picture shows Mount Erebus. It is an active volcano in Antarctica.
Once you've come across the location and physical features of Antarctica, now we are going to see why Antarctica is totally different from the Arctic region.
Antarctica's climate is very severe as it experiences extreme cold, frost, and snowstorms that break away the icebergs. The summer temperature recorded is minus 28 degrees Celsius and winter temperature is minus 50 degrees Celsius. The lowest temperature recorded was minus 88 degrees Celsius in Vostok. It has 6 months of summer and 6 months of winter because as it is located in the South Pole, it receives the slanting rays of the sun. So, Antarctica is the coldest, driest and windiest continent of the world. Despite being one of the coldest and inhospitable places on Earth, Antarctica hosts a wealth of biodiversity. Non-flowering plants like mosses, lichens and fungi comprise most of the vegetation in the Antarctica. The most abundant and best known animals are penguins, whales, seals, albatross and other seabirds. In the 1980s, scientists discovered an ozone hole over Antarctica due to depletion of ozone that took place because of emission of chlorofluorocarbons, which is also called CFCs. Another special phenomenon are the lights visible in the night sky, which is called aurora australis. This is due to collision of solar wind and Earth's magnetic field. Though Antarctica is an uninhabitable continent, having freezing climate and also isolated from the rest of the world, various scientific research work is taking place. India's first research station was Dakshin Gangotri, which was set up in the year 1983. An automatic weather recording equipment was installed in this station. The second was Maitri, that was set up in the year 1989. India has built a freshwater lake, Lake Priyadarshini, around Maitri. The third active research center, which is the recent center, Bharati, which was set up in the year 2013.
So, after going through all its features, we can come to the conclusion that Antarctica is a human-free zone, having no permanent human settlements. Yet, it is dedicated to peace and science. Being a scientific reserve, Antarctica's future is really bright. Still, the dangers of climate change can pose a threat to the continent. I hope this presentation will be useful for all of you. Thank you.